Time now to talk property thanks to our partners Gardner this morning. We're heading into winter. We're going to check in with Bailey's CEO Mark Mackey about not only how the market is faring, but also how you can prepare your house for sale in winter. I know mine is covered in moss already. He is with us this morning. Mark, good morning.
Morning, Ron. How are you?
Really good, thank you. Good to have you in the studio.
Thank you.
Let's start with how things are faring out there at the moment. What are you seeing? What are you hearing?
Yeah, sure. It's an interesting time in the market. Inventory levels are quite high. We'd sort of normally expect to see 27,000 homes on the market in this time of the year. And that's sort of going back to 2017, 2018, 2019 type normal market dynamics. We're currently sitting at about 36,000. Wow. So it's sort of 35% more inventory on the market than we'd normally expect at this time of the year. In saying that, we're also seeing sales volumes normalised. The 6,500 deals done on the market last month, that's about what we'd expect, 6 to 6,500 in any given April or May. So we're actually seeing deal numbers reasonable, but the total amount of inventory is still quite large. And we're just seeing that sort of chunk down, I suppose, in the coming few months.
Bit by bit.
Yeah.
Does that mean that other sellers coming down to meet the market expectations in price? Is that a phenomenon?
Oh yeah, price is pretty flat.
Yeah.
You can look at one economist who's saying prices marginally going up, and others saying prices marginally going down. The reality is it's a line ball. Prices are pretty flat. What we do know is that good properties, well marketed with the right agent, are selling really well. And we had a great sale last week under the hammer for almost $7.5 million, for example, with really good competitive bidding. But generally speaking, prices are reasonably flat, but it's actually quite a good time to buy. Interest rates are trended down. We've got the OCR at 3.25. You're borrowing money at 1 year for under 5% now.
Yeah.
And there's quite a bit of choice. So I'd actually suggest to buyers it's not a bad time to make a plunge.
And is it true that if you're selling in winter, it's because you have to?
No. No, it's actually really funny. There's some quite good graphs on this, Ryan, but if you've got a property that presents well over winter, and not every property does, you mentioned yours is mossy. Actually, that's just a laziness factor. So, mate, you need to get busy in the weekend and sort that out. A bit of spray and, wet and forget.
I know, but
right.
then it's going to come back again, right?
Yeah.
do it once it's spring.
Yeah, there you go. It's funny, the number of new properties that come onto the market traditionally over winter are quite small. So typically, it's actually not a bad time to sell because there's not a lot of competition.
True.
And there's quite good demand. People are always buying and selling. And so typically we can see some reasonable prices achieved in winter.
Okay, interesting.
It can sometimes be spring when there's a flood of new listings on the market and there's lots of competition.
Mark, I've been very excited about this part. You're going to show us a house that's for sale in Christchurch for around 600K.
It's in the 600s.
In the 600s, and then one in Auckland in the 6 millions?
Yes.
Ish.
Absolutely, it's in the 6 millions.
Right, you talk us...
It's a nice contrast between the two.
Yeah, and they're both for sale right now, right?
Yeah, they are. They're both for sale right now with the Bailey's team.
Cool.
So there's a lovely 3-bedroom home in Hornby in the 600s. It's going up for auction next week, actually, but great suburb in Christchurch and a lovely family home.
Well presented, lovely lawn. Look at that.
Right, look at that. Looks absolutely amazing. That's 3 bedrooms, 1 living room, a couple of car garage on 771 square metres of dirt. So
but that's a good site.
It's a good site. It's a good neighbourhood. It's a good site. It's a good property. Shows some of the value for money out there.
Absolutely.
So that's up for auction next week.
Right, let's take a look at the big one, shall we?
And then going for the bigger one, so this is 6 Russell Street in Devonport. So absolutely stunning family home, wow. Extensively renovated. It's got everything here. You've got formal gardens, you've got a lovely pool, there's a little golf chipping area. You can look from the interior photos in terms of the standard and the presentation. The kitchen.
Look at the pantry, come on.
Look at that. How's your golf, Ryan? You'd go pretty well on that back lawn,
I'd be in that pool all day long.
Yeah,
that is a beautiful home.
Yeah, so 6 bedrooms, 4 living areas, 5 bathrooms. It's really quite an incredible family home right in the heart of Devonport, so a beautiful part of Auckland. And that'll be in the 6s. It's got a CV of 6.85, but I'd suggest quite, good value for money in terms of what's on offer.
Absolutely. Goodness me.
A couple of properties, a real contrast there for you.
It certainly is. I know which one I would like to be living in tomorrow. When's that auction?
You've always wanted to live in Christchurch, have you?
When's the auction for the Devonport one?
Devonport's not for auction, it's for sale by negotiation at the moment.
All right.
Yeah.
Might have to get in touch then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, good to see you, and thanks for coming on the show.
Cheers, Ryan. Good man. Thank you.
That's Mark Mackey, who's Bailey's CEO. Thanks to our sponsors, GJ Gardner, this morning. It is 14 minutes away from 9 o'clock. Coming up next, Chelsea Daniel.